What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
So it's funny when a Nintendo Switch version of a game is announced. I see quite a few people that kind of get annoyed by this. They're like, "Oh my gosh, why does it have to come to the Switch? It's gonna hold back the other versions." But the crazy part is it's really not true. Unless there are games where the Nintendo Switch is the target platform, which is extremely rare. The only game I can think of recently where the Switch version was probably more than likely the target platform was Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. But even then, that still benefited the other versions because due to the Switch possibly being the target platform, the PlayStation 5 version runs up to 120 frames per second. So either way, it was a win-win for everyone. And actually, Nintendo Switch ports of these games have been good for everybody. Everyone. Because what people don't realize is that when these games get ported to the Switch, these developers are forced to think out the box. They're forced to think smarter, and they're forced to think about, does this really need to be here? How do I limit this? Or how do I shave this off? Or how do I... They have to think out the box. They have to think smarter. And what people don't realize is that a lot of these techniques that they use to make these Nintendo Switch versions, they then go later apply to the other versions and make them even better. But I bet some of you guys are thinking, oh, like, he's just talking out his rear. Okay. All right. So check this out. So everybody knows that The Witcher 3 came to the Switch. And everybody knows that you guys all had that seat because I told you that was going to happen. But anyway, so everybody knows The Witcher 3 is on the Switch. And it looks and runs a lot better than pretty much everybody thought it was going to. And a lot of smart decisions were made in order for that to happen. So we have one of the developers there, the lead developer on that, is telling you exactly what they did there. So Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt on Nintendo Switch. With a team of 15 engineers, we managed to fit a AAA Xbox One PlayStation 4 title to the handheld device, reduce build size by 40% to fit cartridge, reduce memory footprint by 40% to fit less than 4 gigabytes of RAM, achieve 30 frames per second with only 3 1 gigahertz cores, because as you guys know, even though the Switch is 4 cores, only 3 cores are available for games. All right. So those optimizations made the other versions better, because then that same developer came back to make the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions. And look what they said. With a team of 5 engineers, we joined to help ship the title. Implemented several optimizations from the Witcher on Switch project. They use what they learned, making the Switch version, and applied those optimizations to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions to make them better. And if you guys notice, a lot of these games, especially some of these games where they come to the Switch years after they came to the other systems, they'll come to the Switch and then the other versions will get some random update and patch because they take all of the tricks that they learn porting these games to the Switch to make the other versions better. And the same thing is going to happen with the Nintendo Switch 2.